Hey, what's up, guys? As you can tell, it's nighttime. I've been working on the Supra the whole day, and I've gotten a lot done. And as you guys can also tell, I'm outside. Used to be in the garage. Now the Supra is outside. So here she is. Everything looks good on it. Got the body panels on. I haven't really made an update video in a while, so I may forget some stuff that I've done because I've been doing a lot of stuff to it. But I got fenders on, bumper, headlights, hood, all that good stuff, and did some work under the hood. So let's start with that. Let's start under the hood. So my last video, I did the oil catch can and the power steering. Since then, I have done the wiring harness. I've reloomed the whole engine bay wiring harness. It's all installed. Everything's plugged in aside from the lights and stuff that I don't really know what it is. I haven't really tackled the wiring yet. I may leave that to the professionals, like I said earlier. Haven't really decided yet, but the wiring harness is in place and is routed to where it should be. It looks good. It's all loomed. As you guys can see, I used this loom and I used heat shrink on it, similar to my tweaked harness. So that looks really good. Very happy with how that came out. Another big thing that I've been doing, or multiple little things, shall I say, is getting it ready to start. So in other words, I'm sealing up a lot of stuff. So everything's clamped down right now. Intake's all clamped down. The intercooler piping and this side's all clamped down. I got this clamp, so everything's tight. I've got clamps on this, clamp down there. I've got everything. The heater core lines are all blocked off and clamped, if you guys can see that. And I've really been putting a lot of effort into taking it to that next step of actually being able to start it. So yeah, everything's sealed up, everything's clamped up, and everything's looking good. And to add on to that statement, I've got coolant in the radiator, so that's full. Radiator's all hooked up. I got the block off plate. Apparently I didn't really find out what the hole was in the bottom. It was an M16 1.5 hole down there, and sensor didn't fit it. Nothing would fit in it, so I just blocked it off. So that's blocked off right now. It's got coolant in it. The radiator's full. I've also got power steering fluid in here. So power steering is all set, and I've also got oil. I put oil in the engine, and I also put fluid in the transmission. I pumped fluid into the transmission, 4 quarts I believe, and then I've also got the clutch master cylinder full. Still have to bleed the clutch, still have to bleed the brakes a little bit. And so I've got all the fluids in the car, so that's really good. I'm trying to think of what else I've done under here. All the vacuum lines. So I put my fuel pressure regulator on. It's about the only thing I've done with the fuel system. I'm still waiting on parts for the fuel system. That'll probably be my next video, is doing the whole fuel system. But anyways, got the fuel pressure regulator on, got the vacuum hose run to it, got the vacuum hose from the brake booster, and I've got the vacuum hose from my AEM, if I can get it to focus, my AEM map sensor, right here. So I've got a vacuum hose hooked up to that, and then I've also got a vacuum hose run down here. Got a vacuum hose run for the blowout valve when that's mounted. And then I've got a couple things on the way. I've got some various end fittings for the fuel system, so I can do the fuel system. I've got a flex fuel sensor, so I can put that in. And I've also got a power steering bracket to mount the power steering lines, and the bracket that I lost to mount this coolant reservoir. So I've got all that stuff on the way, and I've also got a couple of fuel system things. I've got the harness to wire the electric fans, and I've also got the what was the other thing I got? Oh yeah, the fuel level sender, Powerhouse Racing fuel level sensor, sender, whatever it's called, so that I can tell how much fuel's in the tank, because mine didn't have the OEM one. It was gone. Don't really know why, but you know, I've seen sketchier things in this car, so wasn't all too surprised. Now back here, turn my light up a little bit. So back here, I've got the exhaust mounted. So if you guys remember, there was a bracket that was giving me a tough time, or it was actually the OEM tow hook right there, and the bolt was stuck. It was, by stuck I mean it just kept spinning. It was tripped, and so yeah, I cut it out, and there's the bracket. So that's in. As you can see, I couldn't put another bolt in that hole. The threaded part came separated, so it's nothing I could really do, but I have it tight and wedged in there, so it's not going to move. And the exhaust is also tight. And there's also no fuel tank in the car. So, and there's also no, you guys can't see it, but the cover that covers the fuel lines has also been taken out, because I'm kind of preparing to do the fuel system. Let me show you guys the fuel tank. Whew, this light's really bright. Yeah. Have a light on my camera because it's nighttime. Let me show you guys the fuel tank. So I got the fuel tank in here. Got the fuel tank in here, along with the rest of my fuel system. So here's the tank. It's got some gas in it. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I'm gonna pump it out, drain it out, pour it out, whatever. Get the bad gas out of there. It's probably been sitting there for a couple years. And here's the old fuel pump hanger. Here's the new one. So here's the Powerhouse Racing triple pump hanger, all ready to go. I've got 2 pumps right here, 2 fuel pumps, Walboro 450s. I've got the fuel filter, air motor fuel filter. I've got the Powerhouse Racing wiring harness. Wiring harness, wire the pumps. I've got, I already showed you guys, Freed Engineering fuel pressure regulator. It mounts right on my fuel rail. I got some various fittings, and then this is what the hanger came in. And then I've also got the feed line. I'm running this PTFE dash 6, no, dash 8. Yeah, dash 8, I believe. Yes, dash 8 fuel line. So I'm going to be running that from the front to the back, replacing the OEM feed, and then I'm going to reuse the OEM return and replace all the rubber hoses so that I can run E85 safely. And then the fuel system will be done, and that'll probably be in the next video, is the fuel system, and also relocating the battery to the trunk. And then maybe a little bit of wiring. I haven't really decided if I want to do the wiring yet. I'll kind of show you guys what I'm dealing with. It doesn't look that hard, but that's kind of the thing with wiring, is it doesn't look that hard, and then something goes wrong, and then it becomes hard very quickly. At least that's my experience. So here's the tweaked harness. Everything's labeled for the most part. I mean, all this stuff's kind of plug and play. It has the fuel pump. So this is all like input, a couple inputs for power, grounds, and then there's this one, says rolling launch, which is pretty cool. And then it's fuel pump 2, fuel pump 1. All that stuff looks fairly simple. And also the electric fan, it's a wiring harness. I can do that. That's fairly simple. And the fuel pumps are also wiring harness that I just showed you guys. So all that stuff's not really that hard. But what I'm concerned about is, I'll show you guys why I'm kind of debating leaving it to the professionals. So you guys see in here, this car's engine harness, or engine bay harness, has been hacked up. Now the engine harness itself is brand new, but the engine bay harness, there's like some, I have like, you know, you guys can see it's there's just split wires, and it's just, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what wires those are. Those may be lights, or those may be stuff that I don't really care about. I know I can get rid of a lot of stuff in here since I deleted my ABS and my traction control and my cruise control and my, you name it, I deleted it. So that stuff may not matter. Maybe it'll start the car up. I don't know. But I'll probably, I don't know. I'm either going to wire it myself or just let the professionals do it. That's the decision I'm going to have to make, and I'll probably make that by the next video, by the time I make the next video. Comment, give me you guys' opinion on what I should do. And if you guys have any information, let me know. If there's any other videos on YouTube, how to wire Supra. I know Motion Auto had a good one. That would also be helpful. So it's kind of where I'm at. Probably forgetting stuff, but everything off the top of my head. As you guys can see, the car's getting pretty far along. You know, it's all full of fluids, and pretty soon it'll be full of gas, and I'll be hooking up the power to it, dealing with the wiring. So and then also I have to do my emergency brake, so, but that's not really a priority right now. So yeah, that's it. That's the update video. I've been meaning to make one for a while now, but I haven't really decided when I should make an update video, and I felt today was kind of like I made enough progress to make an interesting video. You know, I don't want to make a video, you know, being like, oh, I put this one bolt on, let me make it, you know, that's, I want to have like a lot of stuff to show you guys. So yeah, feeling pretty happy about it. I want to have the car on the road I want to be able to drive it by this summer. So that's what, June 21st. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and if you're not already following my Instagram, feel free to give it a follow at OneWickedSupra. I post more updates. You guys can message me on that, comment with any questions. So yeah, thanks for watching.